Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to our show, because it is so much fun having Larry Cooper in the studio with me. We've been having a fun time because we're talking about starting life over. Larry Cooper, good to see you.
Always a pleasure to see you, Marsha.
Do you know, and he has to behave around me, because if he doesn't, I tell Johnny.
Yeah,
right?
That's my second mom, so you know
yeah, Johnny Idolette, fabulous family of
yeah.
yours. But you went through a couple of tough times, and that's why you, as founder and executive director and president and chief bottle washer and everything, with starting life over is so vitally important. And there's a picnic coming up where we can all support it and help it get around. But let's talk first of all to our viewers, if you will, Larry, about what starting life is, what starting life over is all about. Why it was so important to you to found this?
Well, Starting Life Over is a Christian-based not-for-profit, and what we want to do, we assist those individuals who have fallen victim to the substance abuse, drug and alcohol. And what it's all about is about letting people know that they're entitled to make mistakes just like everybody else, because there's not one human being alive who has not done at least one thing in their life that they're not proud of. And so when I went to prison for my 6 times, I realized that...
Now, wait a minute. I'm going to have you say that again, because people are going to think they misunderstood what you just said.
Oh, really?
You went to prison
6 times. 6 times, and the last time, because I always thought I had the sense of entitlement, as if somebody owed me something because I'd been in prison, or somebody owed me something because I was black, and that was not so. And I started to realize that, my being incarcerated was not a punishment from man, but yet it was a blessing from God. It was God giving me a second chance to start my life over.
Yes.
Since I graduated college now, and done so many other things, and started this organization. As a matter of fact, I'm doing a course now to become a state certified recovery coach. I've been clean and sober almost 10 years.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah,
Larry,
yeah.
how terrific.
Yeah.
Well, this is what, and of course there's so much more. The backstory for starting life over is so dynamite. You're trying to get a men's rehabilitation home?
Yeah, a men's rehabilitation home where there'll be curfew, random urinalysis. They have to remain gainfully employed. They have to volunteer in the community at least twice a month, and we're going to ask them, we can't make them, we're going to ask them to find a spiritual, some kind of church. Go to church somewhere.
Sure.
Do something to get some spirituality in your life, along with other rules and stuff of the house. And there will be an aftercare support group at our office, in which I personally will facilitate.
That is so terrific. Now, I want to just tell all of our viewers that in just a moment, we're going to kind of switch chairs on this particular segment and talk with one of your volunteers who, as you said, was one of the young men that you had counseled, having been in prison 5 times, I just understood. But let's very quickly, before we meet Jason, if you will, tell us the what, when, who, and where about the picnic coming up.
Okay, we have a hometown picnic on Saturday the 22nd from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Indian River County Fairgrounds. We'll have mechanical bull, pony rides, bounce house, face painting. Edmund and Kathy Nazaro will be there, duet couple.
And the Edens?
The Eden family will be there. Then we also have the Sebastian hip-hop dancers. We have a blue ribbon pie baking contest as
fabulous.
Well. Yes.
All right, very quickly. This is on September the 22nd. What time?
From 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Indian River County Fairgrounds, and they can give us, for more information, call the office at 794-4766.
Terrific. All right, now.
Yes.
Through the miracles of television.
Yes.
You are going to turn in to Jason. But before he does, if you will, tell me just a little background of Jason.
Well, Jason was an individual that I met, I don't know, probably 4 years ago maybe, at the Indian River County Jail when I was going in and working with the Steps to Freedom program. And he was one of those people who was very attentive, to what I was saying, and I guess he related to my story and the things that, I was bringing to their attention about, who we hurt when we use alcohol and drugs, and how do we hurt them.
So he wanted to start life over.
Yeah. And when he got out, he wrote me from prison and telling me, kept me informed. And then when he got out, he gave me a call, and he came up, and he started volunteering. He's been there ever since.
Boy, oh boy. Well, right now, we are, as I say, through the miracles of television, going to be meeting Jason. So
we're going to be I'm going to introduce you to Jason Codrell, abracadabra. But just to let you know, Jason is also is a computer genius Basically, he takes care of the website and all the other stuff, and anything else anybody else need, he will be able to help them as well.
We'll talk with him about that. And what did you say, abracadabra?
Abracadabra. Jason Kazdra.
And abracadabra, yes indeed, here he is. Jason, I want to say this correctly, Kazdra?
Yes, ma'am.
Well,
yes.
Jason, it's wonderful to see you, and of course hearing such a wonderful success story with you. And I want you to tell your story, though, because you are indeed starting life over.
Yes, ma'am. Well, my criminal career, so to speak, began when I was using alcohol at a younger age. My first arrest was at 18 years old. I was sent to prison. Through various violations of probation and recurring offenses due to my alcohol use, I was sent back repeatedly, about 5 times. I've done a total of 10 years in prison through those incidents due to alcohol use alone.
All right, let me just ask you, because I said to you before we sat down, I want to find out why it was you did what you did. And of course you said it was because of alcohol. What is it that you actually did? Or do you want to talk about that? You broke the law.
Broke the law,
Broke the
yes.
law.
Not proud of it. Several aggravated assaults, various, mostly violent offenses where I was involved in altercations with other people.
And you, though, were under the influence of alcohol when this all happened.
Yes, ma'am.
What was it that made you start drinking?
I started drinking at the age of 12 years old.
Oh, okay.
I grew up between 2 households. My parents were divorced, so
Split
it was
family.
back and forth. And, you know, to be honest, I can understand how hard single parenthood is to provide an environment where there is, you know, good supervision and whatnot. And I was kind of off on my own most of the time.
Do you know what I'm hearing you say, though, and what you're doing for all of our viewers, Jason, is you're letting these single parents realize the importance of watching and being in touch with their children, regardless of what their adversities are.
Yes.
So this is so key. And I think what you're doing also, Jason, as well as Larry Cooper, you're giving so much hope in this Starting Life Over. As a volunteer, and I think with this group of Starting Life Over, and we only have about 2 minutes left, want to remind everybody about the picnic so everybody can help. But what would you say, Jason, what would you say to the person out there that's just watching, maybe sitting there having a beer or two? What would you say to them as far as helping to volunteer and be a part of Starting Life Over?
I think the most important thing that I have learned from Larry is that being involved in something gets you outside of yourself. It gets you outside of your own problems. It gets you in a frame of mind where you're not thinking about your everyday struggles and problems, and you're thinking about somebody else's and how can I help them and helping them address their issues.
Ah, so beautifully said. I mean, just to have that all in your mind, and you're a computer expert as well. So you're doing all of that, you're volunteering your time to help with Starting Life Over, and going to be at the picnic?
Yes, I am, of course. I'll be out there helping and volunteering along with Larry and the other volunteers that are involved in the organization.
And very quickly then, how important is a men's rehabilitation home?
I think it's very vital, especially in our community, where there are just so many people without hope and without stability in their lives. They need some structure, I think. That was one of the things I needed, was a little bit of structure.
I think everybody does.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody needs that. Well, I've just got goosebumps talking with Jason, and I can tell you it is just so refreshing to see a success story and to know that there is hope out there. And I think all of our viewers that are looking for that hope will also be there at that picnic on the 22nd of September. Is there a website that you know of?
It's startinglifeover.org.
All right, startinglifeover.org. Find out all the information, but be at that picnic, and that's at the fairgrounds, so we'll be there on the 22nd. Thanks so very much for being with us, and good luck.
Thanks for having me.
And
Thank
congratulations.
You. Thanks a lot.
We'll be back. Stay with us.